Everybody, can we start the webinar or shall we wait for a minute or two so that more number of people can join and benefit from this webinar? Very critical webinar for all MSME. We'll wait for a minute more.
I think yes, let us wait for a minute.
Yeah. So shall we go live now? One minute is over. Let us start. Huh? Today, I am going to speak about increasing the operational of efficiency of MSME. MSME is a very critical constituent of any economy, and if they increase the operational efficiency, that they can create more job and more happiness to everybody. So I will start with about MSME's problem statement. Underperformance of small business MSME units because of not having proper awareness of their balance sheet and profit and loss statement impact their business. So practically, people above 20, 30 lakhs prepare their balance sheet by for
दिवसभर
various
आता दूध आणून ठेवावं लागते चहाला आता काय कामाचं
including GST. So, and they prepare the balance sheet as casualty. There are many things which they can learn from their own business on balance sheet and profit and loss statement. I will cover that in the latter part of the speech. As one research survey shows that average life of MSME is 8 years. We expect by increased focus on performance and cost optimization, the life of the unit can be increased to 10 years. Thus, it has a potential to retain more than 3 crore jobs with minimum capex. This is very critical because a few weeks back, the MSME definition was for manufacturing and service sector. So at that time, roughly 6.35 crore MSMEs were there, employing about 12 crore people. So average life is increasing by 2 years, that is 25%. It has got potentiality to increase 3 crore jobs or retain 3 crore more jobs. That is the interpretation. Now I will try to define the meaning of operational efficiency. Operational efficiency is a measurement of resource allocation and can be defined as the ratio between output gained from the business and input to run the business operations. When improving operational efficiency, the output to input ratio improves. And everybody is striving to do this. Every MSME, every business is trying to do this. Now, importance of operational
जळून तिला संध्याकाळी मिल मेकरची भाजी करावी लागते.
importance of operational efficiency.
Sir,
MSME.
मिल मेकरची भाजी.
Sir, there are some sound differences. Swami, can you ask all participants to be on mute?
Yeah, please, everybody should be on a mute, please. In today's competitive world, investing in technologies, capacity building, human capital, etc., is a continuous process. Any entrepreneur should optimize the use of available resources. So the first question, how do you start? So relevance to MSME. Since the time of nationals of bank in 1969, today assets created in MSMEs will be around 300 to 400 lakh crores after inclusion of retail and wholesale in MSME. So this is an estimate which is much higher than the stock valuation on BSE or MSME, or BSE or NSE. So this is very critical, and most of the policy makers or other stakeholders do not consider asset created in MSME. If they understand this value, it will open up their eyes, and then they can also direct their policy towards improving the operational efficiency. With our country's target of reaching $5 trillion economy, without improving productivity of MSMEs, achieving this target may not be easy. Our Prime Minister often has said, though we had two COVID related lockdowns and other things, still this is possible to reach $5 trillion if all MSMEs can put little better. Yesterday, he has announced what he is expecting from our Indian industry. He wants our export to increase to $400 billion from $330 billion last year. And he has given 4 steps categorically where our competitiveness in various sectors can be encased, and it can help the distribution of wealth equally. If we improve the operational efficiency by 5% year on year for next 3 years, which can be achieved without large capex, we expect we we expect to create 3 to 4 crore low skill jobs which may benefit marginal farmers. Thus, it will give a boost to our government's target to double farmers' income by 2022. Because of this, we expect the socio-economic advantage of equal income and at least 2% improvement in growth of GDP. I request everybody to be on mute, please. The biggest question, where do we start improving our own operational efficiency? Where do we start is a question generally everybody will be asking. So gather the data and understand the data. Here the starting point should be a balance sheet and profit and loss that is immediately available for most of the MSME. Analyzing the data and improving continuously is a starting point. अरे यार दो भाग जा रहा है. So steps to be taken: improving operational efficiency within an organization require identifying areas of underutilized resources and improving their utilization in a planned way and lead the organization towards profitable growth. This is a very critical item. Apart from the data analysis, if you just move around to your shop floor or your office, you will be finding a lot of underutilized resources. And if you can improve that, your cost per unit service or product will tend to go down, which will increase your profit plow black. And increase profit plow black will help you to grow faster. Operational efficiency is much more than cutting the cost. Please understand, operational efficiency is not cutting the cost. It is cost optimization. You have to optimize the cost. It requires strategies and forethought to understand how an organization operates and uses its resources. So identifying your all kind of resources is a first critical step which may come from your balance sheet. These strategies create a win-win situation, optimal output for the company and regularly the product or service for the customer. Everybody works for customer, and this will help to serve our customer better. And once we serve our customer better, they will become our loyal customer. See, loyal customer is a critical thing for any business to have long-term growth. Now I will come to Babaji. The name itself is surprising, but if you go through the definition, it's an acronym for Business Analytics, Business Augmentation, Growth Information System. Is a do-it-yourself kind of tool that will analyze the balance sheet and profit and loss statement of the unit and create graphical and numerical representation, which we will give, which will give 35 main ratios and 20 operational ratios. We shall also give our suggestions and compare with NSE listed SME emerged companies, which reflect the economic situation of the country. In the next slide, I am going to give a graphical representation of the same thing. This will aspire entrepreneurs to understand the gap and put him or her on different growth trajectories. The tool gives different ratios that will help you to understand your business better to optimize the use of resources. And this is totally free. Any organization can approach us for a free balance sheet analysis. See, if you see this graph, there is nothing much. But if you see in the left-hand side, there is a single line. Can anybody say this is small or big? So when you come to next slide, the same slide, we have drawn a smaller line. So that makes this line, original line bigger. And third slide, we have put another slide line, which is bigger than the original. So this gives there should be a relative comparison. The idea is, suppose if any unit is 3 years or 5 years and above, they have got 3-5 balance sheet, and they can put that their own performance in last 3 years, which will give a comparison between performance and like that. So we can understand where he has to, where are the resources which are idle or which can be put into better utilization.
Request
So this is
participants to be on mute.
a sample overview. User interface. Here needs data, sector in which you are working, and all this data, if you give, will give the report to you. You submit your balance sheet and PLN statement in Excel format, and within no time, we can digitally send you back the graphs and numerical values. And that will be, suppose inventory turnover ratio for a particular company in 2015, 2017, and 2018. The blue line indicates SME, and average industry benchmark is this 1.2 or something. So you can see the fluctuations. Somewhere is having a higher inventory turnover, somewhere it is much below. This gap will make him to realize there are some idle inventory or inventory which is of no use or which is redundant, or he has it is this thing. any inventory which is not likely to be used, it not blocks your working capital. It also indirect cost of the space which is it's occupying, cleaning cost. All that will help you to notice and take action. Next. Next. Then this is another sample output, liquidity ratio. Today, a lot of my MSME friends, when they go for a loan to the bank and or enhancement, bank says that your current ratio is not good, your liquidity ratio is not good. He does not understand what is the current ratio, what is the meaning of liquidity ratio. And he again runs to a chartered accountant who just correct it but does not explain what is the importance of current ratio, what is the importance of liquidity ratio, what is the current importance of many 35 main ratios. If, that is why entrepreneur will have to understand himself so that he can correct himself. Then see, this is for the running unit, but operational efficiency for emerging entrepreneurs. My advice will be, my strong advice to emerging entrepreneur will be to prepare a business model and business model canvas and discuss it with his or her close friends or mentors. This will give him the better understanding for his core competency, what he wants to do. And this is most critical for a new entrepreneur. There is no hurry for starting the unit, but understanding your business thoroughly is critically required so that your chances of making mistakes or doing a better performance is built in your thinking process. So now my part of the this thing I already said. So I will introduce to one of my good friend and co-founder, Mr. Sarkar. He is a co-founder and CFO and a chartered accountant with business management program for IIM Calcutta with 22 years experience in leadership roles in pharma and other companies. Currently, he is helping MSME to improve operational efficiency and various other functions. Please understand, he has got much larger capacity. He has got patience to listen before giving somebody is new. Everybody is good. So now I hand over to Mr. Sarkar to explain how and why of operational efficiency. For that, I am requesting all my audience to put the questions answers so that after this we can take it up. Mr. Sarkar, thank you very much. I am handing over to you.
Thank you, Nilesh ji. Can I request all participants, am I audible? Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So may I request all participants to be on mute, please, and we will have the question answer once I complete the presentation. So the first next slide.
Next slide.
So after Mr. Nilesh's eloquent speaking about operational efficiency, we all have understood what operational efficiency is and it is required. Now what I will try to explain in details is how to achieve it and why it is beneficial for MSME units. How to achieve operational efficiency. It is a continuous process of engagement. It's a journey, not the end by itself. We have to start with the initial ratios, which is understanding the as-is of the business, the gap analysis. And once we identify the gap, where the problem of inefficiency lies, we can go further in the method of correction.
a small house.
Now,
On table
I request everybody to be on mute, please.
fancy ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಕುಂಪಟಿ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಇರ್ತದ
may I request all to be on mute, please? And I seen one hands up by a speaker. So if you can note down the questions, post this deliberation, we'll take it up one by one. So how do we measure post our initial ratios and gap analysis as using Babaji's tool? How do we move further? How do we move further? It's through periodic monitoring. It's very important. Periodic monitoring, analyzing the data points, various reports, compare with the standard benchmark, and take corrective action wherever possible. The tools which will be important are MIS, budgets, capex and opex, cash flow, profitability forecast, working capital analysis, etc. Risk assessment and profiling leading to mitigation of risks. This is very important. The risk assessment profiling is very important for the organization to move to the next step, because what has COVID taught us is we need to prepare for all sorts of risks, and preparedness is being a step ahead. Automation and technology upgrade. This is what today's MSMEs and startups are trying to do. We have very recently seen Zomato succeed. All Flipkart marketplace models are based on technology, and the digital transformation, technology, use of technology is going to stay. We also need a trade finance process for cheaper funds. Next slide, please.
Yes, sir.
Next slide.
Yes.
Now coming to what are the benefits to MSME. Through operational efficiency, MSMEs will have a better financial management. They can understand the allocation of funds through their fund flow and cash flow. Any debt trap. Now what is a debt trap? Today MSMEs are borrowing, but without a proper fund flow, the utilization of long-term and fund for short-term uses and short-term for long-term is getting mixed up. And when someone is taking a off-balance sheet loan, it becomes very difficult to get a further loan or pay off the same. Enhance productivity. Through operational efficiency, MSMEs can reach to enhance productivity. This happens through optimal resource allocation. The resource can be carefully planned and optimally allocated. Means, say we are combining, to a small example, we are combining technology with manpower. We can push the repetitive tasks to technology and the higher end jobs to manpower, and the productivity of the organization as a whole increases. Improved ROI, return on investment. This is the ultimate look for any business stakeholder. Ultimately, the return on investment, because the entrepreneur has invested his resources, time, efficiency in the firm. So all the stakeholders, including employees, businesses, buyers, sellers, all stakeholders look at a higher return on investment. A cost-based transformation. This cost-based transformation is not only minimization of costs, it is optimization of costs. Through the use of technology, and the existing manpower, we can allocate and get more work done. We are getting more productivity at the same cost. A managed cash flow, working capital efficiency. This is very important because what COVID has taught us, the importance of cash flow and free cash for the fund. As we all in finance say, sales is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is reality. Cash is very important. If cash is not optimally used, the entrepreneur gets into a debt trap, higher payment of debts, the cost of equity goes up. Improve decision making. Once we have a standard procedure, all gaps are identified, risk mitigated, then decision making will be informed and data driven. And data driven decisions are always objective and more useful to the business. Next slide, please. One of the important things which is needed today for MSMEs is being resilient. This is what the pandemic has taught us. In these uncertain times, MSMEs were clueless as they had no idea to handle various risks underlying in their business. Now, growth oriented, but some MSMEs really could sail through the trouble. In the time of pandemic, we have seen some businesses close their shops, but certain other businesses, suppose businesses which were using the e-marketplace model or which were using technology, which were into technology-based working, work from home surroundings, situations, they could succeed. They could succeed. And this is very important for MSMEs today to build up a resilient structure. For this, they should identify the risks, be it business risk, financial risk, HR risk, any sort of risk, and plan in advance. And that will help them to succeed. Technology upgrade and digital transformation is today a thing that is more than a want. It is a need. It is a need of the business to move to Industry 4.0. The next slide, please. So now we come to the benefits long term. How does, through operational efficiency, achieving operational efficiency, how does a business MSME entrepreneur gain? Is to improve standardization of the business process. So once I have gained operational efficiency, my business processes become more standardized. They become improved. Say just-in-time inventory. I can introduce a process of just-in-time inventory, which saves in my working capital, which builds into my working capital efficiency, and ultimately I gain financially. A digital transformation. This is the need of the day. A digital transformation is not just automation. It goes much beyond automation. Automation may be a first level of achieving digital transformation. But through digital transformation, businesses can move globally. And as we were hearing now, with being Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Prime Minister wants us to increase exports also. So increasing exports, getting accustomed with digital payments, which again the e-rupee has been recently inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. So all these things, the MSME has to be acquainted with technology and move towards digital transformation. Risk mitigation and emerging resilience. This is very important for a MSME to live its life cycle. As we have seen from Mr. Nilesh's presentation, the average life cycle of the MSME is 8 years. But we have not come to business to be for 8 years only. We want the business to grow, to become a sunrise sector, to become a unicorn. How do we achieve it? We achieve it through operational efficiency and all its fallouts. For risk mitigation, we need to plan the risks in advance and be prepared. Preparedness is very much needed to face the tomorrow. Tomorrow is always uncertain, but plans exist. Easier fundraising. Now, once I have an operational efficiency in place, all my business processes are standardized. I have systems and processes in place. I have technological upgrades in place. I have a proper budget, fund flow, cash flow monitoring mechanism. I can attract funds, be it a PE, angel investor, or can negotiate with the bank for a loan renegotiation or debt restructuring. Competitive benchmarking. Competitive benchmarking is very important for a company and MSME to succeed in today's world. There are various businesses which may be akin to each other, like Zomato and Swiggy does the same kind of job. But the point is how they distinguish amongst themselves. How do they competitively benchmark against others? Facilitates IPO process. At a point in the life cycle of an MSME, it should go to public and get itself listed in the MSME NSE stock exchange. The listing will enhance the credibility, and not only credibility, it will help MSME to attract, source, and retain talent. The slide, please. Yeah, to retain the talent. And last point, revival of SIC units yields lower. I think there's a typo there, yielding lower NPAs. The non-performing assets will decrease, which is a support to Government of India, banks, and also the MSME itself. It can pay off its debt right within time and follow the regulatory norms. Thank you. I would now
Thank you,
expect
Mr. Sarkar.
any question.
Thank you, Mr. Sarkar, for elaborate presentation. Now I request the audience to ask questions or clarify that doubt. Here, Mr. Sarkar has elaborated and he has covered the part of how and why. So please, now the hall is open for question answer. There is one question which has come from Mr. Kiran. Why operational efficiency is important or necessary for small units? Mr. Sarkar, you will answer?
Yes,
Mr.
I can, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Operational efficiency is very important for the MSME and small units, because without operational efficiency, they cannot move in the next league. Operational efficiency, can anyone be on mute, please?
Request everybody to be on mute, please.
See, operational efficiency, yeah, thanks. Thank you. Operational efficiency is important for small units because today's small units are tomorrow's big units or tomorrow's unicorns. from this small to big is a journey. That journey can be achieved optimally through operational efficiency, which is an optimal allocation of resources. Without optimal allocation of resources, no business can achieve improved return on investment. And unless it achieves an improved return on investment, it will slowly move towards a closure. Sir, do you
So-
want to add anything? Yeah.
No, I will go to Manjula's question. How balance sheet analysis will help us when the data is not correct in balance sheet? Very interesting question, Manjula. See, few years back, we had no GST and we did not, and we had a demonetization. So from that time, unit or entrepreneurs who are sitting on the fence have started correcting that balance sheet, and that earlier practices are getting reduced. Also, government has trying to integrate their system with use of artificial intelligence and other things, so that the early catching of the data mismatch can be done, which creates a sort of a fear, so that increasing compliance is coming. Third thing which I would like to say, this is consciously or subconsciously, like in a detective serial murderer case, a detective is able to locate a particular person who is the murderer. He tries to identify the pattern of the operations, what he does. So consciously or subconsciously, entrepreneurs has followed some pattern which can be identified if we analyze 3 or 5 years balance sheet, and the pinpointed question will disturb his thinking, so that he will come up with corrections. There is another question from my good friend CK Hanumantu sir. Why not entrepreneurs meet consultant for higher productivity or profitability? Hanumantu sir, I don't have to tell you. See, we are combinedly trying for last 5-6 years to convince entrepreneurs that consultants are reasonably uh, uh, not costly. They are reasonable. They are people like us at the other end of the life are not interested to make a lot of money. But there is a fear the consultant will cause a bomb and all that. They definitely help. See, right now we are doing 2-3 consultancies, and they are eager to meet us often and often. The reason is the advice what we have given or the action what we are trying to do is helping them to increase not only productivity in financial terms, their space utilization has considerably increased. Their utilization of ERP system is getting introduced. So, and many further we are lined up, and we as a consultant treat them, all MSME unit like a 3-year-old young child. So we try to handhold them through their continuous journey till they reach their teens, 19, 20s. So, and where in the process we will advise them for how to go about valuation, how to go about IPO, which are the better methods, whether IPO is cheaper or borrowing from the banks or other sources are cheaper. All that we will be able to help them. And next question, something is from Muhammad Imran. How this Babaji will help us, sir? Sarkar, you are expert on analytics, so you can explain to Imran.
I
Sarkar,
mean, yeah, Mr. Imran, it's a very nice question. Babaji's is basically a DIY tool. It's a do-it-yourself tool, which basically when the data is fed, it calculates 52 ratios, 30 operating ratios and some uh, productivity ratios. Now it's the ratio analysis derives a as-is picture. It finds out where the business stands today and also the gaps. It compares with some competitive benchmarking data and finds out a gap. Suppose, for example, if we see that your current ratio is tilted towards high current assets, we can point out that debtors are getting aged and you need to do a aging analysis or move the debtors into liquidity. So it helps the business to build up operational efficiency, understanding the as is today. It's very important, the starting point of the journey towards operational efficiency.
I would
You
like
want-
to add to Mr. Sarkar's point. See, we have seen few balance sheet where current ratio is increasing, then on his return on investment is decreasing. So there are many correlations in between, which people like us who are analyzing, or at a later date when we start using artificial intelligence and machine learning, these all things can come to the notice of entrepreneur, and our idea is to bring that the first stage free of cost so that they get awareness and start using it. Did I answer your question, Mr. Imran? Next is from Hanmantlu sir again. Consulting process needs to be a continuous process. Yes, but many times the entrepreneur thinks that he does not want to marry a consultant like a girlfriend they use, and that is where they are getting affected in their efficiencies. So consulting process should be something like a long term, like we marry a wife, like that it has to be there. So consultants are continuously, because they are aware of your past, present and your ambition, and they can continuously nurture on that trade. So changing the consultant often is harming to the entrepreneur. That is my opinion, Hanmantlu sir. Then a question is from Tirupati. Can
And
we
just
analyze
just
any kind of data?
just to
in
add
our-
on, just to add on to your points,
Yes, sir.
what you said is yes, this Babaji's tool will be a starting point. It's the same consultant should carry on or be married to the organization for the benefit of the organization. But it's only the beginning of a journey, which I said in the first point of my presentation. Operational efficiency is a goal, it is a journey, it's not the end by itself.
Uh, See, I would like to add to, oh, sorry, let us go to next. Can we analyze any kind of data in Babaji's? Sarkar sir, can you answer?
One,
Tirupati is asking.
can we analyze any kind of data in Babaji's? We analyze financial and operating data in Babaji's, which comes out from the profit and loss statement and the balance sheet. So these are standardized now, but in future with artificial intelligence, machine learning, we would like to analyze other data also for different companies like the manufacturing data, quality data, those kind of things, which are very important functions. Say for a pharma, quality is very important. Say for a manufacturing ratios, etc. may be important. But as of now, Babaji's analyzes financial data from profit and loss and balance sheet.
Can I go back to Mr. Hanmantlu's question? Mr. Hanmantlu is a chartered accountant himself, and he has seen various kind of balance sheet, and he is in the line for this thing for about 30, 35 years. Sir, most of the NPA cases which has come to us in last 6 years, we have seen that short-term fund is diverted for long-term use, and they have become inefficient because they do not have working capital. So these kind of challenges by using of Babaji's tool is a first step. Second step will be able to identify how much is a short-term fund available in the this thing, and see that it is aligned with next 2 or 3 years growth, so that he does not run short of a margin money required for additional working capital required, so that utilization of assets can be a continuous this thing, as Sarkar sir also was saying, that working capital shortage is one of the reasons where the operational efficiency is going down. One Mr. Kiran also has asked similar thing. No business is small business, Kiranji. So all this is very critical. And this, my good friend Hanmantu sir also can be supporting this. Then there is another question from Muhammad Imran. Is Babaji tool is paid or free tool? If it is paid, what is the cost? Sir, Mr. Imran, it is a free tool for first of your business. As far as you give this balance sheet in Excel format, the balance sheet, you should understand, balance sheet is a reflection of your data on particular day. And once you become aware that there are some inefficiencies, it opens up the areas where you are inefficient. Till that, it is free. But suppose if you have taken a bank loan and you have submitted a credit monitoring analysis data to the bank, shortly known as CMA data, then we will use that as a input and compare with your monthly this thing, so that you can correct your, but you can tinker increasing your operational efficiency, and for that we'll be charging a small fee, and many other revenue models are there. There is another question. Uh, there was some question from Mr. Badri. Is there a scope for non-introducing fund-based limit in this program? Yes, Mr. Badri. See, people with money also are not able to understand how to utilize the money. Very few people are able to understand um, the use of non-fund based limits, uh, uh, LC as well as bank guarantees, and there are various kind of LCs and this thing. So, and in last few years, Reserve Bank has also included for that risk analysis non-fund based. So there is practically no difference between no fund, non-fund based limits and fund based. But the cost of non-fund based limit is little lower than the cost of the fund based limit. So that is where entrepreneur should be able to understand his own business model and use these tools very efficiently. Then there is another question from Kiran. Why Babaji tool is full cost in initial stage? How will you generate profit or revenue by giving free? Mr. Badri, your question is, Mr. Kiran, your question is very interesting. First, understand there is nothing like a free coffee in the world. So, what we are trying to do is make you awareness, and we expect 100 people who have got this free analyze will get converted into 2% of that will be converted into the paying customer, and that makes my revenue make me reasonably profitable. And if my friend Sarkar was telling about Zomato making 2,300 crore loss, got a oversubscription, indicates that habits of investors are changing and asset class is changing. So at this moment, we are not much worried about revenue part that is there already. And when I've got a co-founder like Sarkar, who has got 22 years experience, he will be going, he will be always talking about revenue model, revenue model, revenue model. So earlier all I was alone, so I was a free bird. Now, but now I have got four co-founders. So they are asking me pointed questions. So that is my part of the tech. Then somebody, Hanumantu sir has again asked, is it advisor to consultants part of management for better use of an asset? Sir, yes. Say, like independent directors, we are in a, when we go for IPO or before IPO, we try to make a board of advisors so that we understand the external economical realities into our vision. And that is why people like you or many others are always, if they are taken as a board of advisor and then as a board of director, the growth of company in a pre-IPO stage or after IPO also will be reasonably good. So that I agree with your point. And thank you for asking this kind of pointed question, Mr. Hanmantlu.
So I would just like to add to,
yeah,
I'd just like to add, Mr. Hanumantu has raised a very, very pertinent question. It is always advisable, as you also rightly said, Nileshji, it is absolutely advisable. But there is a layer of ice today between the entrepreneur and the consultant. Someone has to break that ice. And we are all trying to do that. Because unless a patient tells to the doctor what the exact pain points are, the disease cannot be treated properly. Similarly, and taking a question earlier, that if the data is incorrect, then what happens? Basically, a lot of bank loans are getting sanctioned because of incorrect data. With the incorrect data also being in place. But what happens later is the person, the entrepreneur, moves into a debt trap. He has got the loan, maybe by whatever data has been submitted. But if the data is not correct and proper decisions, data driven, are not taken, then at the point of repayment, he is into a debt trap. So it's very,
can we
very
go to next
advisable.
one? Sarkarji, can we go to next one?
Yeah,
Tirupati
please.
is asking, what is Babaji tool? Which place can I use Babaji's tool? See, Babaji tool is generally useful for businesses who prepares the balance sheet and profit and loss statement. If you are individual, you may not prepare unless at least you are preparing for your income tax return. If you are in that bracket, definitely we can take this as a part of this thing to analyze your personal assets and liabilities also. But generally, it is more useful for small business to up to 250 crore turnover. I hope I answered your question, Mr. Tirupati. Next one. Next, there are four messages. Read it out fast. Four messages are there in chat. I am not able to open. Are you sleeping? None but four messages are there. Hmm. Now, Badri sir is asking something. As you said rightly, consultant form very important part of an entrepreneur's journey. Yes, sir. You are right, Mr. Badri. That is this thing. Yes, consultants are very critical. But as Mr. Sarkar said, we will have to break the ice and to if the mother wants something to be done by from a child, she offers a chocolate. So we are trying to give that chocolate to MSME to understand this. And I need help of everybody who are connected with MSME, whether they are entrepreneurs or whether they are consultants, they are chartered accountants, or they are policy makers. That this thing is really will change. And just think, with the two things this can bring is 3 crore jobs if we increase the life of entrepreneur from 8 years to 10 years. I'll just give you a small example. Respectable all people, if you see a tea vendor opposite your house or near your office, every 2 3 years you will find that tea vendor has gone somewhere. If you ask that why it is happening, probably part of that is we are also responsible somewhere. And this thing means, that is why I say that we should be uh, uh, we should be vigilant as a consultant who needs it. One thinking which I have got, which I would like to share with you, uh, uh, that India has got 130 crore people. 8% of that are in an age group of 60 to 75, and that makes a very large part. And if we leave 50% of them as the ladies, then also there is a large part. Each person can spend 2 hours a week with one entrepreneur. You see that we will not only reach 5 trillion economy, we can reach 10 trillion, because we, as a India, as a country, we are more dynamic than any country. That is why 30% or 20% of NASA scientists are Indians. Whole technology, large corporates in the world, there are Indians. So we in India cannot perform, we can do it. Just we have to ignite our this thing. And I would like to say, Hanmantluji, sir, that your support is always there with people like us, and that is a continuous support will help. And one of the days when Mr. Sarkar finds and you find time, I will see that both giant meets, where I will be a listener and enjoy your cup of coffee. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Now we are coming to the end of thing. Next 14th, again a very important and critical this thing. From 1969, a lot of entrepreneurs have submitted CMA data to the banks at various time, various reasons. But 95 to 98% people, entrepreneurs, have not applied themselves. What is this bloody CMA data? What is the importance of it? So that is where Mr. Sarkar and myself again will be hosting next this thing webinar on 14th at the same time at 4 o'clock. And the next topic after that will be uh, very critical. We Indians are jugad, we use lot of jugads, but we do not go to root cause. So next to next webinar will be 5 whys. It's a Japanese technique which I would like to speak on that 5 whys. So in last 1.5 months, series of very critical webinars we had. One on pre-pack insolvency, one on PLIs, one on succession planning. Today we have got on operational efficiency. Next week it will be on CMA data. Next to next will be 5 whys. I request my participant to uh, come out with the topics which you would like to understand. So people like us can support you, research it. Every webinar we hold, we have to spend 5 to 7 hours of our individual time to research what is that my participants are going to get, and that they should get benefit. So thank you, everybody. It is now nearing 5. Can we close? with your permission. Sarkar Saab, thank you. Hanmantu Saab, thank you. Badri Saab, thank you. It will be
Thank
a
you,
great
everyone.
pleasure to meet, talk to Mr. Badri. And my number is already given here, and we are available. I request everybody, possible to connect with my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye bye.